Lesson number 6. Common First Aid Practices and Scenarios. Part 1. First aid is to deliver immediate assistance of any form to a sick or injured person pending the arrival of a professional. The actions for all types of first aid situations are as follows. First, secure the accident scene and the people involved. You must ensure the safety of the victim and anyone present on the scene until professional help arrives, while also removing any dangers or threats in any manner possible. This action is a prerequisite for the continuation of first aid. However, you cannot carry it out unless you can ensure their personal security during this action. Second, you should examine the victim to assess their condition. Present yourself and explain to the victim what you will be doing. This will reassure the victim and get the victim's authorization to help. First, check if the victim is conscious and breathing normally. Next, ask the victim and any witnesses what happened to him and what the victim is currently feeling. Third, ask for help. Alert professional services using the national emergency number of the country or through any other means possible. They should know at a minimum the nature of the emergency, the detailed location of the victim, the means to contact you, and the number of victims. In case the medical dispatchers are able to provide telephone instructions, follow their instructions exactly. If medical dispatchers are not able to give you instruction, provide first aid. We will describe the correct actions to take for the 4 most life-threatening situations. In order to provide effective first aid, it is recommended that everyone attend a Red Cross or other first aid course. The first situation is that a victim is choking. This is caused by a foreign body blocking the passage of air. In the first case of choking, the victim cannot talk, shout, cough, or make any noise. The victim keeps their mouth open while likely putting their hands on their neck. Whether the victim is seated or standing, keep them in their initial position. Then position yourself behind the victim, slightly to one side. Next, tilt the victim forward and give them 1 to 5 vigorous pounds on the back between their shoulder blades with the heel of an open hand. If the victim still cannot talk or cough, keep the victim in the same position and place your fist on the victim's abdomen, above their navel and below their rib cage. Next, place your other hand on your fist and pull strongly back 1 to 5 times, performing the Heimlich maneuver. If the victim is still not able to talk or cough, repeat the back slaps and abdomen thrusts until the victim can speak, cough, breathe, or they become unconscious. In the case of a pregnant or obese victim, press back on the chest instead of pressing back and up on the abdomen. In the second case of choking, the victim may speak, shout, cough vigorously, or breathe, sometimes noisily. In this situation, do not perform back slaps or abdomen and chest thrusts. Instead, urge the victim to cough to reject the foreign body that caused them to choke. Immediately seek medical advice and monitor the victim, being ready to provide back slaps and abdomen or chest thrusts if the victim stops being able to cough, speak, or breathe. Another common need for first aid is in response to people suffering from abundant bleeding. If the blood soaks a linen or handkerchief within a few seconds and the victim's bleeding won't stop spontaneously, you will need to follow these steps. Also, bleeding due to scratches, scrapes, or abrasions of the skin are not considered life-threatening. First, uncover the bleeding wound, if necessary, by removing or cutting away clothing. Immediately apply strong pressure on the bleeding area and put the victim in a horizontal position. Do not release the pressure unless there is no one else to alert medical services, the victim is not able to apply pressure themselves, and there is no way of using compressive bandages or some other means of maintaining pressure. In this case, release pressure in order to contact medical personnel and immediately reapply pressure afterwards. It is also important to comfort the victim until help arrives, while also monitoring the victim for signs of deteriorating condition, such as abundant bleeding, sweating, cold sensations, or loss of color in their face and skin.